Well, hello, planners. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. Happy first week of 2024. Can we say happy new week? Happy everything until maybe February. Thank you so much for joining me live today. Now, I've got a confession to make. I actually thought I wasn't going to make it to today's live. I'm a bit tired, with all the birthday celebration from last week and not knowing what day of the week it is around about this time of the year. And also, I'm just been taking it easy. However, you know what happened? I don't have a word of the year like I've seen a lot of people do when a new year begins. Um, I, however, if I did have to have a word, it's connect. And that's connect with loved ones, with friends, with my community. And that's why I'm here. I wanted to show up, of course, for you, but more so for me, because I know how much it brings me joy during my live sessions, when I see you guys in the comment section during replay. And of course, afterwards, I have that nice, happy feeling. So I am here. If by any chance my brain starts to glitch, please forgive me. Wake me up in the chat, say, Marianne, take a deep breath, calm down. So let's say hello. Who's here in the chat today? So I've said hello to Kirsty, Irene, the budgeting mama, Elle. Hello, hello. Hi, everyone watching from New Zealand and excited to see what's in store. Thank you so much for being here, Kirsty. I appreciate you. And as you can see, the community I have on here, my girls, my planners, they're so welcoming. I love it. Hello, Erin. How are you? Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. I love it. You guys are so welcoming. Connect is a great word for 2024. Yes, it is, Elle. And I have been doing it with you guys for a lot, since last in 2023. But this time, I really want to be intentional about connecting because I think I have, get quite anxious, especially when we go out and about. When it comes to my younger son and I homeschool my younger son, and I don't know what his mood, his energy, if he's having any, sensory processing issues. So sometimes I've actually just stayed home because I'm just too scared of what it might bring. But no, we're going to do it this year. I'm going to go out there, connect, and I appreciate it that I am here with you guys. Thank you so much. Nicole, hello. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome, welcome to my little chat here on the YouTube world. So what we're going to do today is, like I said, at first I didn't think I was going to be going live today. So I actually recorded some of my plan with me. So I am going to play some of it and talk you through it, but then at the same time, show you what I've got. So let's quickly just check the desk that we have. So I am in my Hobonichi Cousin, which is A5 size. This is Hobonichi Original A6, and then I have a mood log in the Hobonichi Weeks. So we're going to get right into it. If any of you do have any questions at all, please let me know in the chat. Or if you're watching on replay, please don't be shy. Make sure you say hello to me in the comment section. Okay, hopefully everything is going well. If by any chance none of it goes well, you guys know me. I'll catch up along the way. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to move my screen this way. So then I'm going to play my video of the plan with me for the Hobonichi. Which one's this one again? The See, we're only a few minutes into it and I've already gone brain fog. The Hobonichi Cousin. All right, so hopefully the video works, but we're going to get our fingers crossed. If it doesn't, we're just going to go along with it. So let me just quickly get this here. Let me just remove that. So let me just show you what I have. So this is the Hobonichi weekly spread. And so this is the second week in the 2024 planner. So I'm going to play it as I go, and it is fast tracked. So just if you would have any questions, let me know, because guess what? I can pause the video. Isn't that fantastic? What is hobo? Ooh, let me have it quickly. Denise, so what is hobo? Hobonichi? Hobonichi is the brand of the planner. So it's a Japanese brand, and it's got these gorgeous paper, which is Tomo River S paper, which is fountain pen friendly. And it's been around for a long time, but I am new to the planner. So that's the Hobonichi is the brand name of the planner. So it's this one is an A5 size. So for embellishment, I'm just going to add washi tape at the bottom. Now, I did see this washi tape in my stash, and it is actually got lemons. So you're welcome, Denise. Nice to see you. Thank you. I haven't actually welcomed you yet. Thank you so much for joining me. I saw it and I went, you know what? 2023, like I said last week, I could easily say was, very lots of emotional and mental strain on myself. But I'm looking at it as a positive thing, something that I can learn from. So, with that in mind, I thought, you know what? Well, let's turn lemons into lemonades, shall we? So, where am I? Okay, here we go. And then the next thing that, hello, hi, Jessie, how are you? Now I'm going to get distracted by you guys chatting. I love it. So I'm going to concentrate on the video, and then I'll catch up with you guys in the chat room. Hello, Jessie, nice to see you. All right, so one of the things I like to do and like to put on my weekly spread as well as my daily spread is the weather. So I actually got this tip from Alaina of the Organized Money. Let me know in the chat or in the comment section if you also follow her. If not, the Organized Money, Alaina. And she said the reason why she puts the weather on her planner is because it actually being organized also, whether it's at home, with your life, with your task, with you to do, also affects your money and your financial well-being. For me, I like to put the weather on my planner, so then I know ahead of time if it's going to, mainly if it's going to rain, or if it's cold, or if it's a very hot sunny day, because my husband works outside of the home, so he travels to work, which means that if it's raining, I mean, he always has an umbrella in his bag, but it's important that if it, by any chance it doesn't, if I know it's going to be raining, the forecast is raining, then I'll tell him bring an umbrella, as well as my oldest son who's 16 years old. He's in high school, and then his bag is normally cluttered with lots of stuff, books, the laptop, and so it's important that I do let him know to bring an umbrella if it's raining. So that's what I do. And then I did create a little sticker book using this. These stickers are from Square Lime Design. She's on Etsy and also on Instagram, but I bought these from Etsy store. And so it's the digital file. And then what I did is I printed it on sticker back paper and used my cutting machine. I have the Silhouette Cameo. And then I made it, see how the little left-hand side of the planner is just a tiny little booklet. Let me see if I can actually show you. I'll show all of the stuff that I used, and then in live, so then you can see. But it's, see, this little tiny little booklet, and then so I have them all handy, and then that way when I am planning, it's already there, because it's important for us, for our planning to work. We need to have it handy. It's no good if it's in a drawer, or if it's on the, on the shelf out of reach, and then we forget that we bought lots of stickers already, or we bought the same ones. So it's important to have it handy, and that's why I printed it in a little booklet style. So then I also put the temperature. So here in Sydney, I'm here in Sydney, Australia. For those of you that are new to my channel, it's Sydney, Australia. It's summer, and normally the temperature is 25 degrees Celsius to mid 30s, so quite hot. And in Sydney, it's very humid, so it's really the same all year round for us. But it's nice to have the temperature there, because of course in the mornings when they leave, or in the afternoon when they come back, the weather might be a little bit cooler. So if it's quite cold, want to make sure that they have jumpers. So Kirsty says, can't, hopefully you can see I don't think let me just have a look this. I love the layout Hobonichis, but as a creative, I'm not fond of their colors and wish they made a colorless version. I'm presuming the paper itself, is that what you're talking about, Kirsty? I'm very new to Hobonichi, so all of this is all novelty to me at the moment. It's all like, woohoo, this looks so good. Whoa, really? I did not know weather affects finances. The reason why it affects finances, Jessie, is the way she said is because she went on Alaina. This is Alaina's story and how she started the organized money is because, she said, all right, I'm going to pack my lunch. I'm going to go and make sure that I don't spend money on the eat out. And then what happened was she was already rattled in the morning, didn't know what the weather was going to be like, went to work, first of all, forgot her lunch, and then she had to buy an umbrella because it was pouring down rain. So then she had to spend money, and then she had to get out and go eat out. And then, of course, it affected the whole day. And so just by weather, knowing these are parts of the things that, it's the same way that your environment affects not only your home, it affects your mood, it affects your anxiety. For us to be organized in all areas of life, things have got to sort of like fit together. So there you go. Yeah, weather, not so much problem. It's just planning ahead is what I think the message she had and her big aha moment was. So no, the titles that I read, oh yes, the Saturday and the Sunday, and I think that's why I do cover it with washi tapes and stickers. But I do understand. Yeah, a lot of people were saying that the Saturday and Sunday columns. So let's get back into it. Let me see. Hopefully, I know how this works. I don't have the. Oh, that's a new one. Let me see. I do. Hopefully it doesn't start again. Okay, let me have a look. Sorry, bear with me because I don't normally use this layout. Here we go. I might go off myself here. See what I mean? See what I mean about even like being prepared? Let me see if I can do this properly. Yes. Okay. So hopefully it didn't go ahead. All right. So then I've added the sticker for the weather and the forecast. Now, for those of you that have been with me and I have been playing with the Hobonichi weeks layout for a few weeks now, what I did is I photocopied the spread because the Hobonichi cousin didn't start until January 1st. So I had a run of it. Now, I saw this girl from YouTube, Just Be With Euodia. I will add her handle at the bottom. And this is where I got the idea on how to create this planner. Because I don't use the weekly spread, see how there's columns because it's time blocking. I do my time blocking on the daily spread. So I felt that it was redundant also doing time blocking on the weekly. So here's what I did where I was inspired by Euodia. So I created task boxes. See how here you've got task boxes? So the first one on the left-hand side, this is my running to-do list. I'll explain more in real time once I've shown you my finished layout. So I just create with my Pentel fine liner these little task boxes. So the first one is my running to-do list. This one is going to be for my 7 key areas of focus habit tracker. Now I am trying to get healthy by making sure I'm putting movement in my as part of my habits. Now this is a new task box that I am adding. This one is going to be for my cleaning because, like I said, your environment affects your well-being, your anxiety, and the clutter can affect your mood. So I want to make sure that I'm also focusing on making sure that I am, doing those 10-minute cleanups throughout the week. So then that way I'm not doing it all on a Saturday where, I should be enjoying my time off if I want the time off. So I'm making a big point to make sure I have a cleaning task box specifically. So then I'm actually planning ahead of time. I'll explain to you why I did this, because I found that I wasn't doing my cleaning tasks on a regular basis, and of course I'd upset myself. Okay, so then the next thing I do is then this is the fun bit that I also saw from Just Be With Euodia. I hope I'm saying her name right. So with the blue pen, this is the friction line. Let me have a look. Pilot friction fine liner. So with a blue one, as well as the red for a margin, I've created a ruled paper effect on one of the task boxes. So just, something for fun. I mean, if I wanted, I could create a sort of like a post-it note style, whatever you can do. You can add little pegs. I'll see if I can add a peg-like thing on one of these task boxes, so I can show you different ways you can embellish it. And then the next thing I do is then just use my drawing pen and just add the headings. So for notes, so anything that I want to write down that I don't know where to add in my planner. Sometimes how when you just want to write something down and went, oh, it's not pretty, I don't know. I don't know where to put it. So then this is a good way to put any sort of like brain dump or any just random thoughts. So here I'm putting workout, and then now here, see how the cleaning, and I didn't leave enough space at the end. So then I squished the NING right at the end, and I didn't like it. So I actually had purchased a cream correction tape. So I'll show you that in a second. And I wanted to cover it because it's going to bug me. Please let me know I'm not the only one that gets irky with regards to lettering and hand lettering and things not being right. Really, you shouldn't sweat the small stuff. Okay, so do as I say, not as I do. But what I did is I just covered that up, and then I'll show you how I corrected that later on. And then here is for my 7 key areas of focus. So based on Zig Ziglar's Wheel of Life, you should do habits and routines in 7 key areas. So I'll show you that once I show you the actual live spread. And then this is where I'll create some of my habits that I want to ensure I'm doing on a daily basis. So, and then I'll show you this little graph. It's really cute because then it allows me to see visually how I did with my habits the week before. And therefore, then I can see which of those 7 areas of focus do I need to work on in the new week. So just using my pilot highlighter. Okay, so here I added a little Lola sticker. I'll show you in a second. And then I had this loose Tomo River paper, A5 size that I purchased from Amazon. It was recommended by my friend Plans Over Cold Brew on Instagram. So then it's a little, and I just put clean, and then I just cut it to size. I used my little Tombow glue pen, and look, I just put it over there, and now no one knows that I made any error. So that's one of the other things that I like to do. When I make a mistake, you can use correction tape, you can use stickers to put over any boo-boos you made on the page, or get another piece of paper or even sticker back paper and then put it over any mistakes that you made. And here I'm just adding the days of the week. I also, one of the things that I love doing, and it's actually a joy that I wish I had this joy when I was in high school or at uni, was the love of reading. So I have a little tracker here of how many minutes I read each day. So my goal is, about 10 to 15 minutes worth of reading. And here you can't see it, so I'll show you in the live version, just a little tracker stickers from Square Lime Designs. And I track deep breathing, stretching, gratitude log, vitamins, as well as updating my mood log. And then the top section of my weekly spread is the things, known events, tasks, dated appointments, and I'll put that on there. So then when I am planning my daily pages, I will look at each column, corresponding column for the day, and then I make sure that it's all on there. So that is me doing the very fast, what do you call it? Time lapsed video. Let's do that. And now let's go have a look at what it looks like. Now, let's have a look. I use G or G for verbs when short on space, plus my penmanship is big. G for G. Jesse, explain to me again. Probably I must have mentioned something that I did. Remind me what this relates to again, please. Hello, Stephanie. How are you? Hooray! Hello, everyone. Made it to the party. Whoop whoop. Hope everyone is doing well. I appreciate. I use G or G for verbs when short. Okay. Now I get it. I get it, Jesse. So you put clean NG, or clean G, so to shorten it. Yes, normally I do probably with TION, like say subscription. So I'll put sub and then a little tiny n and a line just to shorten it. But yes, here I thought I had enough. I thought I had enough room to. Is this the one? I had enough room to go and write it down. So let me show you. So this is the spread, and this was that little sticker that I made. So it's on sticker back paper, and then the weather stickers, as you can see, oops, upside down. And then I just printed. I do have a video showing how I use the Silhouette Cameo Design app to then create my stickers and then be able to customize it. So then it prints on whatever size rectangle I want. It'll cut it for me, and then it'll what's called kiss cut. Kiss cut, which means it cuts through. Let me see if I can. I think my light might be too bright. It cuts through the top sticker, but not the backing. So then you can peel it off. So that's that one. So let me see if I can zoom in a little bit so we can see here. All right. So what I did, there's the weather stickers. There's my there's the 5:30 a.m. live today. I'm just going to move this over here so it looks like I'm looking at the planner, and then other things, whether money coming in, money going out. And this is my running to-do list. So this is based on the Alistair method, and so I'll make sure after this live stream I put a link to the blog I wrote with regards to how to use a running to-do list. And this is my focus area. Now, please pardon my missing nail polish on these two. Like I said, I was taking it easy last week. Focus areas. So 7 key areas of focus. Let's have a look. Spiritual, mental, physical, social, family, career, and finance. Now you can change these headings to whatever suits your life. So spiritual, you can put something else in there. So you can swap and change, but based on the Zig Ziglar's wheel of life methodology, is you should try and do tasks or habits in those 7 key areas. So then that way you don't turn around later on and go, why are my friends no longer catching up with me? It's like, well, you didn't do much to try and nurture those friendships. Or why am I in debt? Well, you haven't been looking after your financial well-being, those sort of things. So it's not that you have to try and do all of them all at the same time, because we know life happens. But once you start to see, like for me, my workout and cleaning our apartment I wasn't doing it on a regular basis, not even like on average, 3 to 4 times a week. Well, it was only like once or twice a week. So it allows you to see what areas you need to focus on. So then you don't turn around and go, why did that happen? All right. And then so the other thing that I said I'm tracking is my workout, and now the cleaning. So let me just pop it a little bit closer. So I'm just going to write, instead of haphazardly going, what should I clean today? Which area or what part of my apartment should I clean? I'm actually going to allocate a task for each and every day, because I thought, well, you know what? I'll just clean as I go. I'll go, if I see something messy, that's what I'll clean today. Well, it hasn't been working for me. And so if things aren't working the way you've been doing it over and over, something's got to change, right? And so I want to make sure that cleaning is a priority as part of, you know, how when you get angry or you're like haven't had sleep, and then suddenly something that's mundane, like maybe towel on the floor, socks on the floor, cups and on everywhere, the kitchen's not clean, it'll set you off. Just the same way as weather can affect other things in your life, your environment is also important to nurture that, to ensure that that is not one of the things that can get in the way of your well-being. Hello, May. Nice to see you. So glad you can join me. I appreciate you being here. So then, you can't see because it's a very light blue and light yellow. So here I have my deep breathing. So let me show you what a full week looks. This was last week. So it's just a great reminder again. So by having it visible on a trusted system, so whether you have a ring planner, discbound planner, undated planner, bullet journaling, Hobonichi that's dated, whatever it is, right? Now I have been planning and bullet journaling since bullet journaling 2017. Then I did digital planning on my iPad 2019, I think, and then went into ring planners, and now I'm trying the Hobonichi. So whatever system you use, you need to have it as a trusted system that you refer back to. There is no point making all these lovely, spreads, beautiful spreads, and then not touch it, right? So if the embellishing gets in the way of you being productive and looking after yourself and everything else around you, if that gets in the way, you might have to pull it back. You might make to keep it simple, and make sure that what can I do today? One or two things. If it's too much, pull it back. What is the one priority this week? What is the one priority today? Oh, hello, Marcus. Hi, how are you? Oh, thank you, Marcus. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. I missed you so much. I know you've been traveling, so glad to see you. Say hello to Marcus, everybody. I love it. Thank you, thank you. Right. So this is my weekly. Now, what was I think I was going to show you some other things. Let me know if. Oh yes. So see how the little ruled paper-like effect. Now, when you saw me do that pre-recorded video, right? What I did, and it was fast track. Now, while I was doing it, right, I've got my ruler, I've got my pen. While I was doing it, I'm going, Marianne, is this really necessary? Do you need to go and create rules? It doesn't move the needle when it comes to productivity, right? It may look pretty, but it's taking up a lot of your time. But you know what I was doing? I was focusing on one thing. I was being mindful. Now, it was only, I think, last week that I actually fully knew what mindfulness was. They taught you about be mindful, self-care, be mindful, mental well-being, but I didn't know really what's mindfulness really. So mindfulness is about right now, not thinking about the past and thinking, the woulda, shoulda, coulda, or what things you regret, what you're missing out on, they're doing better than me, or being anxious about the future. Oh, what if I can't do it? What if I fail? What if they laugh at me? What if they think they're silly? So being mindful is actually focusing on the now. So how do you focus on the now? Because sometimes the now, your thoughts swirl in your head. So that is why lining up my page, whatever it is for you, whether it's deep breathing, going for a walk, for some cleaning, for some being mindful is cleaning. Actually, no. You know what happens when I'm angry, whether it's with my children or my kids, with my husband, I clean. I mean, I might be swearing under my breath, these no good, and I'm cleaning. Is because I am focusing on something that is right now until I calm myself down. If I'm feeling frustrated or if I'm feeling sad or, I'm feeling like, oh, I'm getting low thoughts or, I'm getting down on myself, I'm self-doubt, imposter syndrome, all those stuff. Find yourself something that keeps you mindful. What is it that you can do to focus on the now? You know how for me as a mum of someone who's on the autism spectrum and has, challenging behaviors and very difficult time to regulate his emotion, my 15-year-old, one of the things that the therapist will tell you is get them to focus on something. See, name me 3 things you can see. Name me 3 things you can smell. Name me things that you can touch. Go give yourself a big squeeze. So that's what being mindful is. Being mindful is about focusing on something now. So to others, they might go, what a waste of time. Why even do that? But we don't care what anyone else says. We care of what's good to us, what matters to us, what matters most. And so if you ever find yourself dreading about the future or thinking about the past and kicking yourself, oh my God, why did I do that? Why I should have done this? Oh, I'm missing out. Focus on something that allows you to look at something now. So while I was doing this, I was actually questioning, well, what's the purpose? For me, it allows me to slow things down, have a think. And then I think actually it was during this time when I was lining up this rule page that I thought, you know what, Marianne, you can go on live. They'll forgive you if you're not ready with things or if things are everywhere or the description is not up to date. That's when I knew. See, I got myself out of that rut of I don't want to. I feel tired. I'm not ready. They're going to look at me and go, what? She's a planning lady and she can't even plan herself properly. This is when I went, my mind was getting clear while I was doing these ruled lines. So that is why I do this. And that is why I do this, why I embellish. And that's why I say in my, when I introduce myself, is don't use your planner as just as a productivity tool for your appointments, tasks, and to-dos. If you are a lover of planners, stationery, washi tape, stickers, use it as your me time. So for the times that you feel like, oh my goodness, those thoughts are just swirling and swirling and swirling in my head, and it's making me feel down, it's making me feel low. Do something that brings you joy. And now I can say, as a 49-year-old woman, I love stickers. I love washi tapes. I love colorful pens because it makes me happy. And guess what? It brought me to you. It brought us together as kindred spirits. I love it. You guys, I love it. Being in the present. Correct. Isn't that right, Jessie? Cleaning is wonderful. Win-win. That's right. And so sometimes I think they make me angry, so then we can have the place clean. Thank you, Jessie. Big hearts to you too. Show up authentically. We are here for it. Thank you, Kirsty. I love it. I love it. Yeah. And then that way we also see that, because Instagram and Pinterest all just show you all the beautiful setup pages. Preach. That's right, sister. Preach. Exactly. It's important, isn't it? And I didn't discover it until someone asked me that question. It's like, isn't that, doesn't that take up a lot of your time to embellish? It does. There is no doubt about it. Where do I find the time? I make the time. And for those of you that was here last week, I said, I think doing all of this is one of the things that has helped me heal, what has helped nurse me into a better frame of mind from having the mental anguish I had last year. So there we go. As Stephanie said and May said, amen. Exactly, exactly. All right. So that is the weekly spread. Let me know if you have any questions. And see, this was last week, and I'd say I didn't put a lot of the notes stuff. So you know what I'm going to do with this space is maybe print some pictures on my photo printer, but I can leave it blank. I don't have to have that filled in. But for those of us that take every opportunity to use our planners and photos and everything else, and that was the week. So you can see I've crossed off my deep breathing, my stretching, my gratitude log, because of course when I open this and I update it, or when I'm planning my day, I'm going, oh, I haven't taken my vitamins, oh, I haven't done a gratitude log. So having something front facing or visually is important to help trigger. Like I said, you're not supposed to remember all these things. That's why you have it, so you have something to refer back to. So that's the week. Let me know how it looks. You like it? Let me know if you going to have something similar in your planner things. But what I want to do here live is do the daily spread. So that's the weekly. Let me show you last week's daily. So it started on January 1st, and then I used the same sticker, it's the same washi for all the same days of the week. So then I know the theme continues for the same week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I have Monday, Tuesday. Now I did already do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I'll do it on here. Now, this washi tape, I think, is from a pack of 10 here in Australia, Kmart. So we have a Kmart, and I think it's a different Kmart to the US Kmart, which I think no longer exists, if I'm right. And so this one is a Hobonichi stencil. This is the basics, but I couldn't figure out. I thought this was so like you can line. I'm presuming you can line it up and you have squiggly, but it's to cut your washi. I'm presuming your washi tape. So then I'm just going to add a washi tape at the bottom. So just something, a little embellishment. Hello, hello. Nice to see you. Hi, Station. What's your name? Let us know. We would love, but of course, if you just want to be referred to as Station, that is great. So happy you're here. Thank you so much for joining us live. So that's that one. So I'm going to do that. And then again, because, when I plan, I normally use the daily already. So I transfer any stuff from the Monday column, right? The Monday column into my Monday daily. You are correct. Kmart has closed here in the state. Yeah, so I think it's a different Kmart, but it's one of those variety stores here in Australia. You can get makeup, clothes, lots of different things. So yeah. Now the thing I'm also going to add is the weather. So it's going to rain today. So I'm just going to add a rain sticker. I'm going to put it in the corner here. I'm just referring to my weekly to see, and it's 19 to 27 degrees. And I'm just going to put the temperature forecast at the bottom. So it's front of mind. And then here on the Hobonichi, and if you also have a big A5 planner, and then you go, you can't fill it in because it's just too much space, try and break up the space by creating columns. So then that way it doesn't seem so daunting having such a big space to write in, because a lot of times when you're writing your task and to-dos, it only takes a little bit of space, and then suddenly you've got all these spaces there. But by breaking up your page, whether it's a dated one or it already has particular columns, for your time blocking, your to-dos, your priorities, break it up that way. Now, I did also buy a mood stamp. How do you feel today? I think that's me today with the big hearts. And then this is a VersaCraft pod like stamp. So it's like you got these little finger daubers, and then you can go and dab. So then it's nice and clean. This one, I think, is the 405. So you've got red, blue, yellow, and black. And then I just stamped that at the bottom, because what I found when I was planning is sort of like that space of midnight to 3 o'clock in the morning. I wasn't writing anything down on there. So then I filled that up. So if you can, you can even do like little, if you don't have stamps or anything like that, just draw little circles and put the face on it instead of having to, but that one. And then see what I did here. Can you see the pencil marking? So the pencil marking there, as well as the bottom, and then as well as on the other side. What I did is I figured out where the edge of the stamp is over here on the left and the bottom. And then I just went, see how I made pencil markings there and then pencil markings there. So then when I am stamping it and I need to try and figure out if it's going to be lined up, I use those lines to align with the line on the grid paper, or if you have ruled lines. So even if you have, let's do maybe another stamp. So this one I don't, because it's pretty much flowers, floral stuff. It doesn't matter if it's at different angles. But if you had letters, you know how the alphabet stamps, and you need to try and figure out where you need to place them next to each other, go and figure out where the side of the letter is on the left-hand side, the right-hand side, the bottom, the top, and then just put pencil markings. And like I did with this one, just go around the block. And then when you stamp it, you will know exactly, let's say, for example, this is the alphabet A, right? So let's say that's A, and you stamp August, A, and then you get the U, and then you'll go, well, that's that line there. You put it next to a little bit closer. So that's just a little tip, because I always get so upset with myself that when I'm stamping, it's too far on one side or too low on the paper that I want it. So there's a little tip of the day. Let me know if you do something similar, or if you use stamps in your planning. Hi, Station. Thank you for the welcome. You're most welcome. Kirsty says the stamp trick is gold. Thank you for sharing. Brilliant, right? It's because I think when I was doing the alphabet, and I did a plan with me, and I wanted to use the letterings for August, and then it was just too far. And then so what I just did, I end up doing is I'm stamping. Here's another trick. If you don't want to stamp on your actual page and have inconsistent spacing, stamp it on paper and just cut around it, or even stamp it on sticker back paper and then cut each individual one, and then that way the letters will be spaced evenly. That's another little trick. And one more trick. So sometimes what happens when you have a wood block like this, and then you've got the rubber stamp, right? So you know how when you stamp it, sometimes the corners of your stamp will imprint. Get an X-Acto knife or craft knife, and very carefully, right? Please cut at your own risk. Very carefully, just trim the corners off. So then when you are pressing, you're not going to get the imprints of the corners. That's, of course, if you are pedantic like me and don't like those things. But, stamping is not supposed to be all like perfect printing, right? But just a thought there. So then I've separated the time blocking. I've done a little mood log stamp. I'm going to get again. So this was the fine liner that I was using for my task boxes. So it's the Pilot drawing pen. So this comes in, I think, in a pack of one. Let me see. So I bought this. I have many fine liners when I was doing my bullet journal days. So you've got 01, 02, 03, 05, 08. I like the thickness of the 05. So that's what I use for my task boxes. So again, to separate, because then see for that it'd be so daunting for me to try and fill that up with so many things for the day, because there's only so many. I'm trying to line this. Sorry, I'm not breathing while I do this, so then it's nice and straight. And then there's a little see how if you go and make one of the corners rounded and then create that little upturned page effect. Isn't that cool? All right, so this one, how's this for this one? Let's say I'm going to get, I won't do the blue ruled paper marking. I'm going to use the red pen for the margin. Now with this Hobonichi stencil, there is a little circle thing there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that as a 1, 2, like what do you call it? Hole punch. Marianne, words, Marianne, use your words today. So a little hole punch, and then I can color that in. So see, remember how there was that coloring phase or trend for a while there, and then that coloring adult coloring book, and so see, now it looks like it's a ring bound insert. See, there's another one. You can create many different boxes you like. You can, that's what I was wanting to see. Now, I don't want to turn the page because I colored that in. If I turn the page now and I know that's not dried yet, a really good thing, I showed this last week, is use your hand to imprint any excess ink. That dried pretty quickly. So, yeah, but use the what do you call this? Is that the, I don't know what that part of your hand is, but if you do that, any excess ink will go on your hand and it won't go on the paper, so you can quickly turn the page. What was I going to show you? Yes, the peg-like effect. Okay, let's see. Maybe this one. Here's another little way, if little mindfulness tip. Just do these little rectangular black little things like that, and then it looks like it's a little peg that's keeping the paper on the page. See? And you can do that with other ones if you like. You can even do like little lines like this, embellishments, anything really. If you feel like your brain is still swirling with anxiety about the past or the future, keep going with your embellishment until you're ready and you've got clarity and you get back on track doing the fun things that you are great at. So that's that one. All right, let me just make sure there is no more excess ink. I'm stamping away. All right, so now where were we? So there's a little box. How cool is that? And then for that one, you can just write any additional tasks that you have that, isn't your, if you have time to do something else, you might want to write it there. You might want to put little quotes, or if you're at work, and you're writing down stuff you need to remember to note down somewhere else later on. That's a little nice little placeholder that you can have. Or or if you've got a different thing, like maybe a little project that you're doing that's not normally part of your normal day-to-day task, you can use that for that. You can use it for notes, recipes, whatever it is. You can do that. Now that has now, see how that big A5 space has now been separated into little sections. And so if you do have blank spaces, it doesn't look so daunting if you're one of these people that don't like too much white space on your planner pages. Now, the other thing that I will do is I'm going to put, I think I'm going to put a floral stamp. So this portion here, what I started last week is I've started putting quotes. When I read something important in the books that I'm reading, or if I see any nice quotes, that people are sharing on Instagram, there we go. And then what I do is, so then I don't get ink everywhere, is I use these, these are wipes for your glasses. When they dry, so instead of throwing it, I reuse, and then see, get rid of the excess ink. And then that way, if you're like passing it to get another pen, you're not going to get ink on your hand and then transfer it to your page. So that's just a little tip. If you've got little wipes that you're using for your eyeglasses, or even like for wipes, those baby wipes when you're cleaning up, then you can save it. If it's not dirty, you can save it and it'll dry. So there's a little bit of imprint there. The reason is this surface is not flat when I'm stamping because of all the different stickers and washi tapes already, and plus the things on my slip pocket. And then, so let's say, for example, on Saturday, January 6th, failure is just an event. It is not a characteristic. Okay? People can't be failures. So if you ever think that you're a failure, you've done something wrong, no. It's the stuff that you did, but then failure isn't infinite unless you stop right when so let's say, what did I say? Falling down is not the end, right? Because you can still get back up. Whatever those philosophical stuff, I read these things and I take it in, and then sometimes trying to verbalize it back to someone, it may not make as much sense. Now, the other thing that I also started to do is, which was different from when I was using this with the photocopied version, is I'm putting at the top here 3 things that I'm going to commit to in the day. Now, I found this from, Jen, she was on Instagram. I think she's like a public speaker, and I'll put the link, her Instagram link in the bottom. But she said one of the things that she does in the morning is to commit to 3 things, but commit to 3 things that she knows she's going to do. Here I was writing normal type, priority of the day, when in actual fact, it should be things that to commit to that I know I'm going to complete, because then it's a win. It's a promise to yourself. And what that does is it builds the habit of completing things that you have set yourself to do, but set things that you're going to complete. So I did quite well. So Monday, let's see. Monday, I did it. Tuesday, Wednesday, and it actually does, because I'm there going, Marianne, you've committed to this. You said you were wanting to do it. But then Friday, what happened Friday? I think I was tired. I was tired Friday. And then Saturday, the weekend. And then, but I'm making sure now that here for today and the rest of the days of the week, when I'm doing these top 3 things, is commit to something that you're going to complete. So if you love walking, you love reading, don't put clean the whole cupboard and get rid of clothes that you no longer fit you. And if you haven't done it for the last 6 months when you've been saying you're going to do it, maybe don't put that there. So put 3 things. If you ever want to put priorities in your day, commit to 3 things that you're going to complete. Let's have a look. Jessie, I'm a former stamper. Gave my 405 piece collection away. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm every time I walk past the shop now that I'm like wanting to stamp stuff, I'm going, well, how can I use that in my planning? Wow, that former stamper. Hopefully you didn't have too much of a withdrawal there, Jessie. because that would be thing. Hello, Laura. Laura, never late. So glad to see you. I am so happy you are here. Happy New Year indeed. Falling is okay as long as you don't hit the ground. Yes. Oh, I've hit the ground many times, Marcus. But you know what? Sometimes you gotta get to the bottom to, realize that, hey, maybe some things that you've been trying over and over and over again, and then expecting something different, is sort of like the hey message to maybe try something differently. But yes, look, falling isn't the end all. It's the staying down that is the thing that's not as good. So try and get back up. Hello, Laura. Everybody's saying hello to you, Laura. Look at that. I love you guys being so welcoming of each other. And so here I will do that to off camera. I will write the three things. And then the other thing that I do, of course, I'm just looking at the time and I can hear people moving about, is I do my time blocking. So time blocking for me, even though it's really all I'm doing here is my meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, my AM routine, my PM routine. What it does is, if you go, Marianne, you got to eat. You have breakfast, you have lunch, you have dinner. Why even bother putting it in a timer? Come on, that's just silly, isn't it? It's like saying, brush your teeth, brush your hair, go to the toilet, all this stuff. The reason I use the time block and I have them there are stakeholders. So a little stick on the ground to say, all right, at lunchtime, you need to take a break, first of all. After lunch, what's the next thing on your list? So I have my mood tracker. Oh, sorry, my habit tracker. So see how I've broken my mood: morning, afternoon, and evening. So really my time blocking, because it is only a tiny little bit space. If you do your time blocking in the weekly spread, that's from I think that's from 5 a.m. to 4 a.m. So it's a full day. So you can use, if you want to use your time blocking as a part of your to-do list as well, you can use a spread like this. But for me, all it is really, it's like my planner, and all of these is reminders for me, because I don't want to have to remember everything in my head. Remember, your brain is not built to store all these memories. It's for you to be creative. It's there to be creative. So then when I go, what am I supposed to do now? It's like, oh my God, it's 1 o'clock. I haven't had lunch. Or, oh, it's 6 o'clock. I need to unplug. So it's just really for those times when life gets in the way. This life, how dare you? When life, happens and you sometimes feel discombobulated and things aren't falling into place and the day's in disarray, having this already in place when set up in the morning allows you to go, remember, because if it's a trusted system, it's like that little mate of yours that go, hey, have breakfast. Hey, you've been sitting at your desk for a while now. Maybe do some deep breathing and do some stretching. Hey, you're feeling a little bit anxious and frustrated. Have you done your gratitude log? Have you looked for the good things in your day? Have you looked for the wins? Hey, you're in your perimenopause stage and you need to be healthy. Have you taken your vitamins? Hey, have you connected with a friend today? Have you chatted with someone? Have you seen if they're okay? It's like, Marcus is doing great. I saw Marcus, doing his YouTube and everything else. So he's fine. I won't say hello to him. But no, but Marcus and I actually are in the same online course. So I do see him on a regular basis. So we all touch base that way too. But if there's a friend of yours that you go, you know what, they're doing really well. They're really happy. They don't need a hello. You know what? They do. They probably need it the most when everything is going well. Here's a little rant that I'm going to have. And I say this from love, and I say this so hopefully it helps a friend of yours that you might think is doing okay. On Instagram, when I shared that moment where I was crying and had a mental breakdown, a lot of my community was there to support me. I loved it. You know, people had said they'd been following me for years, and that I was doing such a brave thing. I needed that. I needed that community to let me know I'm not alone. And then there's also when I celebrated my birthday last week, and lots of lovely, lovely, well wishes and everything like that. But when I'm doing well and I'm posting on a regular basis, crickets. And we know we're all busy, right? But I know you're there when in my times of troubles and in my celebrations. But I'm actually might not be doing well when I'm out there looking like I've got it all together. So I say this because if you have that friend or that loved one that you go, you know what, they're doing so well, they probably don't want to hear my troubles. Maybe, I might be bothering them, but they might be the ones that's actually on the outside doing so well. Oh my God, she's doing well at work. She's doing so many great things. But they might actually be the one that might be suffering, or they might just need that friend. And you don't, and all it is a quick hi. Hey, how's it going? Saw pictures of the kids. Oh my God, they're growing up. And that's it. Don't expect anything back. But then they know you're there. So I say this to you because let's be there for our friends in all their glory. When they're celebrating, when they're having a hard time, when everything seems to be going well. See, hopefully you guys can't hear the noise, yeah, and everything like that. So it's really important that we're there for each other, and that's why I like showing up here, because you, my community, bring me joy, and I want you to know that you being here is just so wonderful. I love it when you're here. And even though I wasn't going to show up, I went, you know what? I get more out of this than I think you guys do, because I need it. I need you to be here to show up for me. And hopefully, me being here is your little ray of sunshine. So I really appreciate you. Yes. Thank you for the reminder. We need to stay aware and to spread the love at all times. And you know what? There'll be times where our friends will just go, oh, I haven't heard from her for a while. They could just be plain busy, right? But just say hello. Just a simple, what do they say? This is more like the vanity thing of the social media. A like, a comment, a share, a save doesn't cost anything. But for someone, remember these social media platforms, these apps, right, are created to give us those dopamine hits. We look forward to the hearts and the likes and everything as much as they shouldn't matter. Sometimes they do in the lonely world of content creation. So just your support is always so much supported. So that's the daily. So I'm going to put up there my top 3 priorities of things I know I can complete and I know I like to do. I'm going to do my time blocking here, and then I'm going to write down my task. Oh, and here's a little thing with regards to your task. Try and write a verb or a doing word when you're doing your task. So read, go for a walk, check my list, rather than can't think of something now, rather than try and write the doing word, right? Going back to school are verbs, so make sure that we do that. So hopefully that noise isn't too noisy. I do have the noise cancelling on here, but hopefully let me know that it's not too noisy. Now the other thing that I also did, let me just play it and see if this will play. So I also then, using the same washi stickers, washi tape for my mood log, I added it to my Hobonichi weeks. So this is one of 2 Hobonichi weeks that I have. Oh, and here, because I covered it up with washi tape, I'll show you in a second, the clear cream correction tape. And then I also did some to separate the page, I used colorful markers or fine liners. So then, but I think this green doesn't show up as much. So I may have to either go over it, or it may not matter once I start writing on it. But again, I use different colored uh, fine liners each week, just so that it's something different. And it's a great way for you to use all those markers that you have that you don't use as often because they're maybe not the favorite colors. But here I'll show you once I've written the thing. So sleep breaks, again, reminders, as much reminders as possible on the things that you want to improve on, is a really good opportunity. And then some space for the different things. And I was just writing here again, deep breathing, because I looked at my mood log regularly in the morning. This is a reminder. So it's like, don't forget to do these, don't forget to do that. So these are the friction pilot pens that you can erase if you make a mistake. And then at the top, I just used a skinny washi tape because it is quite a narrow space. And if you do have washi tapes that have pictures on it, you can cut around the picture and then use that as little stickers. So these washi tape have the lemons on it. So I just cut up little bits of the lemon, half or quarter of a lemon, and then the half the lemon, and then just cut around the excess washi tape. And then that way, I can add those embellishments at the top of the page. So let me show you what it looks like. So you can't, I use the green one and it's quite faint. I'm going to see if I can lower the light. So see how there it's quite faint there. But so sleep breaks, and then this week. And now the way I use my mood log is I use it to, in the morning, I go and write down on this column here what I'm going to just move it here so it looks like I'm looking at my page here. Here, I acknowledge how I'm feeling, why I feel that way, and what is it can I do to make myself feel better. Or if you're having a good day, what else can you do to make yourself feel better? This is a really great way to take note of acknowledging your feelings. Don't look at it as a good or bad. It's just so then because if you're like angry and you take that angriness throughout the day, then that's just going to be the whole mood. But if you go, I'm angry today because the deadline for a project has been moved forward and haven't been given enough time, and I'm the only one working on this project and no one else is helping me out, of course you're going to be angry, because then your expectations have changed. But all right, so you've acknowledged it. But what can I do to make myself feel better? Maybe you can go, I might ask my boss to see if we can extend it, or if I can get assistance, or, if we can delegate. So things like that. So that's just an example. I don't work outside of the home anymore, but those were some of the things that would happen when, I worked a 9-to-5 job outside of the home. So whatever it is that you are feeling, don't think that it's bad. It's neither good. It's just, you're just acknowledging it. You're noting it down and you're going, why do I feel that way? Oh, of course I feel that way. Of course I'm angry and frustrated today. It's because I haven't had any sleep, or I'm hungry. What can I do? Get some sleep. Go eat something, So that is this is mood log. And I've been doing this since 27th of November. And it's one of the things that I enjoy doing in the morning. So sometimes if I don't, I don't get to do it early in the morning. So see here on the 23rd and the 24th, I missed it. So on the 25th, so on Christmas Day, I just, it's a backfield, so I woke on the Christmas Day, I woke up because then that's when I was sick with the C19. So I was sick. I was very, very sick. Well, the following Monday, getting better. So that is a really good way. So if you ever find yourself quite anxious, like getting, figuring out, not knowing what to do with regards to how you're feeling, maybe a mood log. might be something that might want to try out. It doesn't have to be a fancy planner like this. You can just get a normal exercise book or composition book. I think you guys have. For us, we call it an exercise book. Rule your page, break it up into, you don't even have to have stickers. You don't even have to have washi tape. You don't even have to have columns. Maybe just write down whatever comes in your head. It can be long, it can be short, it could just be a quick, sad, because something sad happens. What do I need to do? Take time, a little bit of time for myself to just reflect, go for a walk. That's it. Something simple, right? But I love planners and I love washi tapes and I love stickers and I love colorful markers. So this is my hobby. It's the same way that if knitting, crocheting, fishing, golfing, tech stuff. So for me, it's planners and stationery. So let me know what you think. So that we have the mood log, which is ready for me to write down once we get off I was going to say get off the phone, get off the camera. I use these Lola stickers. So these are from Kina Prints. And then I'll write down how I feel, why I feel that way, and what is it that I can do to make myself feel better. And then I have, this is the correction tape. So someone said, I think, was it May? May, was it you that said that you can get cream correction tape? So when I was at, so this is Dimex, a local stationery and bookstore here in Australia, or a chain of bookstores. I saw one, cream washi tape, because normally I have the white one. So which one is this one? This is the Papermate one. So it's white. It's not too bad on this one because it is sort of like lighter. But on the Hobonichi Weeks, it's cream. See the difference? Let me see if I can see how this is more creamy and then this is whiter. So that's the cream correction tape. So when I spotted it, I went, pooh. So I quickly bought two just in case I couldn't find it again. So that's what I was using when I corrected the, I'm going to move this over now to this week. So then I use these little tabs. So then at the bottom here, I did a habit tracker this month. Sorry, my finger. Wellness tracker. So then I could easily flip to it, and I use the my label maker, and then these two here. Nothing fancy. So that's my week, and then for my daily, just another a thicker washi tape. So then I'll just pop that there. So then when could easily just go weekly, habit tracker, habit tracker. This month, wellness tracker. There we go. So there's January. And I'll do a separate video on how I reviewed my December wellness tracker. Christina, hello, how are you? I'm still here for another couple of minutes. I'm late. We'll watch the replay. Yes, make sure you do. We've had lots of fun, and the guys have been really lovely, welcoming each other. So then that's that one. Where's the week? Here I'm going to write down all my weekly tasks. So this will include my Instagram posts that I'll write that down. I'll also write down my get things done. So, check the last week's daily spread, weekly spread, and calendar in case I missed anything that I need to migrate to the new week, or maybe just omit altogether. And then the different things that I need to do as part of my content creation. Our homeschooling doesn't start back up until February, so I have all these time. And then the other thing that I have is, ahoy, Christina, ahoy. The other thing is the Hobonichi Original, which is my journaling planner. So this started this 1st of January. And I'll show you, if I don't show you here on YouTube, if you haven't followed me yet, make sure you follow me on Instagram at Mariane Cresp. That's where you'll find my daily reels, posts, and stories, and all these different things. So for the each beginning of each month, there is a single grid page. And so what I did is I went on Canva. See how there's February. So I went on Canva and created a mood board. This was a template. So someone had already created the vision board or mood board template, and then you can just insert the different pictures that you want. And so for me, this is for January. So this is not my 2024 goals. This is what I want to concentrate on just in January, because we know things change. So I got this idea from Mel Robbins, and she said, for your vision board, instead of putting pictures of the outcome, let's say you want to climb Mount Everest, right? Instead of putting a picture of Mount Everest, put a picture of you sweating, climbing the rocks, or if you're working out. Instead of the skinny body, put in working, sweating. So do the things that you need to do, or put on your vision board things that you need to do, your daily day tasks and journey to get to the outcome. Because if you just put the outcome, like lots of money, fame, it's like, and not put the day-to-day grind, task, and hustle and bustle, right? Then you will not be motivated, because you're not putting that in front of your mind. So the thing was, if you see that, here, look, this lady is cleaning up, working out, catching up with friends, getting a good sleep, nurturing my relationship with the hubby, not to make sure not to, he's listening, make sure not to neglect him, and then doing my expense tracker. Self-care isn't selfish. So this is on Canva. So then you can just, someone else created this lovely mood log, printed it on paper. I think this is, so if you're going to print something like this dimension for a Hobonichi original is 9.5 centimeters by 13 centimeters. So you can actually resize the layouts or projects that's in Canva to your liking. So 9.5. So I created whatever template that was. I then, I think it's Magic, right? 9.5 by 13 centimeters. And see, I just glued it down there. And then that's my mood log. So then when I look at it, I'm going, it reminds me that, hey, I got to work out. Hey, I need to get some sleep. Hey, go do some cleaning. Hey, make sure to catch up with friends for coffee or DMs or private message. Hey, clean the place. Do your expense tracking. So those are the things based on, let me know actually in the chat, or if you're watching on replay, if you want me to do a video showing these sort of things. So based on how I did in December with my wellness, see, I was a nerd. I geeked out. I did my percentages. So based on this, so the things that I wasn't hitting, see the pink, so workout, what's that? Mariane, you can read it right there. Expense, cleaning, going for walk, the 5K steps, sleep. Based on that, that's what I'm going to work on in the new month. So let me know in the chat, or if you're watching on replay, if you want me to do a separate video showing how I do this mood log thing. Christina says, hello. You know what? I need to double check if I'm following. Yes, please make sure to see if you're following me on Instagram at Mariane Cresp. I love the aesthetic. Thank you. Hi, another Laura here. Hello, Laura. Nice to see you. So happy to see you today, Mariane. You have brightened my day. Well, you have brightened mine. Thank you so much. Oh, new faces. I'm a nerd too. I love seeing percent. Yes. Maths was one of the things that I actually, one of the subjects I actually like doing at school. You know why? Because it's not airy fairy, right? It's like concrete. And so I think that's why I liked it so much. Something about seeing them triggers my brain into action. Yes, because you just want to calculate. You want to calculate how well you're doing. And it's also a great way, if you're a numbers person, to see. Remember how when you're creating goals, for those of you that have created goals or watched, resolution videos, make sure it's smart. specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time sensitive or time bound. So by tracking things like this, and it's measurable. See, numbers, percentages, visual trackers, it's measurable. Then that way you get to know how well you're doing. So you can't just go, oh, I think I worked out. I think I was doing well. But then if I know, you know what, Marianne, you're not fitting into your clothes because you haven't been moving, you haven't putting active or movement into your daily task and daily routine. So yes. Hello, Laura. And other Laura. I miss saying hello to you as well. Hope you are all well. Same. See, there we go. Now, I do appreciate you all being here. I have loved spending time with you. See, you know what? When I came that time before I pressed to go live, I'm there going, I'm gonna be so tired. I'm not gonna have the energy. They're gonna go, what's wrong with you, Marianne? And I've actually got my second cup of coffee. Hubby beautifully snuck it in onto my cup holder. Um, uh, so, and now I feel good. I just look. If I ever miss a Monday live, it's because I'm really sick, or something like I think like one of the times I missed last year was my older son, his school presentation, and we attended that because he was getting on 2 awards. So really, so those things. But I know now that I need to show up not only for you, but more so for me, because I get so much out of this, and I'm learning with regards to oxytocin, what the oxytocin hormone is. It's about connecting. It's about being social. And so it's one of the things I need to make sure I do in 2024. So if I ever have to have a word for 2024, it's connect. And I have been loving connecting with you guys so much. I've helped 12 clients create smart goals as a certified peer specialist. There you go. So Jessie knows all of this. And Christina says, it lets you see where your focus needs to be. Exactly. Sometimes I focus on something I'm already good at because it's easy. That's right. While avoiding the harder tasks. That's right. So for me, I love reading, and it's something that I enjoy doing. And so of course I'm going to do that, if not every day of the week, 5 to 6 times a week. But then I need to make sure I also focus on the things that are harder, there's more frictions. Smart goals are for sure great. Yes, nice, Jessie. I love it. I love us, our community, helping each other. Now, if you want to see how I track my mood, so I created, when I first got the Hobonichi weeks, so here on I've got the calendar spread, so I use stickers, but the calendar index here. So I've got my little mood rating. So I'm going each day, after the end of the day or the next day, I rate based on the overarching mood of the day or the thing that stood out the most. I do a mood tracker. So in the description there is a link on how I use this calendar index of the Hobonichi weeks to track my moods. Or once I've finished this live stream and the video renders and processes, I'm going to have a link right here. See, right here. So click or tap the screen. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Mwah! Thank you. I love you guys for being here with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.